my. If you want 10% off of all your swag from Jinx.com, use the promo code on the screen right now. It's quitstalling_366. Yes! Head on over to Jinx.com and use the promo code quitstalling_366 to save yourself 10% off of all the swag you can buy from there. Whether it's a key fob from your favorite game creators or publishers, or a pair of tights, or something that you can wear to sleep at night, like some jammies. All right, use the promo code quitstalling_366 when you're shopping on Jinx.com and save yourself 10% off of everything. Just 10% off of everything. Quitstalling_366. Welcome everyone to the 79th edition of the GameByte podcast. Yes, your one-stop shop for the lighter take on video game news, and much lighter. Light as a feather. Definitely not 250 pounds by any means, but you know, it'll get there eventually.
Wow, dude. Was I just fat shamed just now?
No, of course not. Of course not. We don't do that here. We don't do that here, guys.
All right.
We don't do that here. All right. Well, before I get to the wonderful person on the other side of the megaphone, I want to say welcome once again. I am your host. I will be primary vocalist on this two-man band that we have going on right now. I am Herald Silvestre. I am known on the internet as Herald Silvestre. You can find me at Herald Plays on multiple social media sites. Oh yeah, and the guys over in the chat are reminding me that you can never be fat when you're puffy. So yes, I have gained weight. It's fine. It's fine. No shame in that. All right, I like to eat, and I will not hide from the public.
That male gaze thing.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I think it's about time we get to that lovely voice that you all are hearing. It's time to rub the genie's bottle, because making his fourth appearance on GameByte, and his first, is it fifth? We'll do the counting. It's the fifth. Okay, someone said fourth, and I knew it felt wrong. Making his fifth appearance on GameByte, all the way from America, it's ElderDjinn. How you doing? Why is it supersized?
Whoa! Hello.
Let me fix that. Let me take care of that. Elgene, I swear this is not fat shaming. I swear.
Wow.
This is not. It's because Mick isn't here. I figured it out. It's because we're supposed to have a co-host, and it's supposed to take up the other part of the screen, and that's why. You know what, guys?
You stop, Harold. Stop. You're just digging a hole. You're just digging a deeper hole.
Welcome, ElderDjinn.
But hi, I'm here. I am large and in charge, apparently. Welcome. Hi. I'm so happy to be here. And God, now the internet knows I'm huge. Great. Thanks, Harold. I appreciate it. No, but for real, I mean, good to see you guys. Really happy to be here. I always love being on GameByte, so yeah, it's always a good time. It's always a good time. Thanks for having me, man.
Always. Dude, it is again our pleasure and my pleasure to have you on, especially now that I would have been left on a solo ship if it wasn't for you. But you know, I was so happy when you messaged us that you were free this week, because our initial schedule was supposed to be you would come on, I think, 2 weeks from now. And
right, yeah.
When you mentioned you were like, I'm free this week if you guys are down for that, I was like, yes, let's get you on. Let's get you on. Because,
awesome.
Because how appropriate.
Yeah. Because originally I thought I had plans this week, but it turns out that plan is gonna end up in March. So
okay.
Yeah, that's why I was like, okay, yeah. Now that there's relevant things to talk about, I'd love to be on the show, you know, like as soon as possible. So yeah, I mean, I'm so glad you guys can have me. I was so afraid you already had somebody booked. So. Yeah.
Well, you know, even if we had someone booked, we would most likely consider bumping. No. We would never bump against.
Oh,
we would never
wow.
bump against. But super glad that you were here. 100% glad that you were here. And if the guys over in the chat haven't already noticed, if you are a sub to Quit Stalling, we have the new emotes up. New emotes like the sense hey and me lulling my butt off.
Huh.
Yeah.
I want to see them. I want to see them now.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Got it. And then you got the other DZ ones. Got it. Cool.
Yeah. So if you're a tier 2 sub, you get the Kappa version of DZ, and and if you're a tier 3 sub, you get Super Saiyan DZ. So
right.
Enjoy them. Enjoy them, guys. Enjoy them. But Elgene, man, so good to see you. As we do at the start of every show, I want to ask you and all the folks at home watching live on chat, and if you're listening post upload, which is usually now the day after because I've become more efficient in 2019.
Yes.
You could tweet us with a hashtag. Actually, no, just add us, and then say what I've been playing is. Baby steps. We'll get there eventually. But let us know what you've been playing. And I want to ask Elgene, man, what have you been playing? And I've been seeing you live stream. Am I hearing my own voice, or am I hearing something?
Are you?
I'm hearing music.
I don't know. It's probably from my headset because my headset's weird. It picks up radio, so like you probably might be hearing that. I know it's super weird.
I've experienced that before, and people always tell me like, oh, don't worry, like the people on the other side don't hear it. But now like we know like sometimes they do, and that's really cool. Yes. I find that really fascinating.
It's bizarre, and it really gets on my nerves because I'm playing, and then all of a sudden, I don't know, Ariana Grande plays in the background, and it's super inappropriate, you know. But anyway.
What have you been playing?
So, I've been religiously playing a lot of Black Ops 4. Like, I'm casual. I play the multiplayer more than the Black Ops, more than anything else.
Oh, okay.
I've been religiously playing it because I've been trying to get to tier 100 on the Black Market stream.
Oh yes.
And like I'm already at tier 75, and I'm 3/4 of the way there, basically 3/4 of the way. So yeah, I've been playing a lot of that, and for my streams, I've been playing Dragon Age Inquisition. It's a game that has essentially been gathering dust in my PlayStation library. So I decided to pick it up, and as part of my again New Year's resolution is every game I play on my channel, I'll finish. Like it's kind of a joke how many games I've played on my channel but never actually finished. So yeah, I think that's going to be the first one out of all the games I've pretty much picked up.
How far along are you?
Oh, nowhere near close. I just started.
Oh wow.
Like I just realized when I played, like once you drop into the first area of play, you'll realize there's so much to do. And here I was thinking the first time I streamed it, shit, this is gonna take a long ass time. You know? Like it just dawned on me. I was like, oh crap. But anyway, but yeah, that's what I've been playing. Just those two. Harold, what have you been playing, man?
So in the same vein as you, or actually the opposite. I'll be streaming Spider-Man, and the thing is, I don't want to start from the beginning, so I'm gonna go from the middle, somewhere like a third of the way through.
Okay.
The playthrough, like I love the game so far, and I feel like if I start from the beginning again, I'm gonna get burned out by the time before I finish it. So like I just wanna get through the story. The way I plan to cleverly get around it is I don't know if I should spoil it. I think I'll just have you guys will find out this week or next week before, when I upload the thing. But yeah, I've been playing Spider-Man. I've been playing 2K. Jope's in the chat saying someone finally remembered to ask it without being guilted into it. Thank you. Usually it is Elgene anyway asking me
it's
in
true.
the chat what I've been.
It's true.
Much appreciated, Elgene. Thank you. So,
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Spider-Man, NBA 2K on Steam, and I also got to play a little bit of Overwatch over the weekend.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's been pretty fun, and you know, like I mentioned during the pre-show, we're also doing. Speaking of Overwatch, we're also doing an event on February the 2nd. It's gonna be at the closing Game Over PH in Quezon City. People have been asking us. Actually, let me play the video real quick that Diego was able to whip up. People have been asking us like, oh, like isn't Game Over closing?
Oh.
And the thing is, they are closing, but they're making an exception just for the event, just for us. And we'll be having it 2 days after they officially close. So it's pretty awesome. And yeah, like I'm super psyched to get to meet a lot of the Overwatch Philippine community that we've never met before. We're also using it as a chance to have a little meetup for our friends who we haven't seen a lot in recent memory, like the guys over at Gameoko. Gibbs will be there. From twitch.tv/GibbsandChill. Instant DZ is in the chat, but he can't make it to the show for some reason. No, but thanks for tuning in, DZ. Even though you're not able to join us, we appreciate you being in the chat at least. But yeah, like that's what I've been playing. I'm looking to play a couple more things before the end of the month, actually, and hopefully some of them on stream. But going into the chat, you know, since we do ask the folks at home what they've been playing, Jopes from Gameoka says, been playing more Smash on my side. God, that game is awesome. That's pretty cool. Elgene, have you been able to smash? Have you been able to smash?
You know, it's funny because I've been wanting to get Smash Brothers on Switch, but
sorry,
Emily
you cut out for a second. You've been wanting to get Smash Brothers on the Switch, is that right?
Yeah, I've been wanting to get Smash Brothers, but Emily keeps telling me, no, don't do it. It's going to be a waste of money. Because she knows me. She knows me very well. Because when I'm going to pick up, like, what's going to happen is I'm going to pick up Smash, play it 3 or 4 times, get so mad because I can't figure out the goddamn game, and then just quit. Because that's exactly how I am with Smash Brothers.
Okay. Okay.
That's just how I am. I can't play Smash worth a damn. It sucks, you know? I want to. Like, Simon Belmont looks really cool.
Oh, yeah.
But I can't. It sucks.
But at the same time, isn't it comforting to know that you have someone that knows you so well?
I mean, it's true. It's true. And, you know, that's why I haven't bought it. You know what I mean? I'm paying attention.
Oh, man. Good stuff. Good stuff. Gibbs in the chat says, I've been playing a lot of Destiny 2 lately, trying to mainstream it. So Destiny 2, for those of you who haven't picked it up yet, if I'm not mistaken, it was free. I don't know if it still is free on the Battle.net app. We'll be talking a little bit about Bungie later on. But yeah, if guys try and still get Destiny 2 while it's free, if it still is. If it's not, then sorry. Yeah. Bonk's Adventure. Okay, so
Bonk's Adventure, indeed. I couldn't find my Bonk shirt. That's why I'm wearing Pac-Man today. So.
Oh, so someone is in the chat, ElderDjinn, saying that the last is this right? The last Smash you picked up was you were able to you accomplished playing it twice, and then you were done with it.
Pretty much, yeah. Like so. It's like I tried playing with her. She beats me every time. She just plays Pikachu, and then I'm just like, "Oh shit," you know what I mean? So that's the first time. The second time I tried playing single player, and I couldn't even beat single player. It just like and that one had like an arcade mode, so to speak, and I just had to keep lowering the gold amount because I'm a casual and I suck. So yeah, I couldn't do it. I just can't. And I refuse to play, like, easy characters, too. I'm always playing characters like Ganondorf and, like, Captain Falcon because, you know, they're badasses. Yeah. And Little Mac, too. But Little Mac, he's so hard to play. I wanted to like him, but it's just so hard. Anyway, enough. We all know I suck at Smash, guys. Let's not talk about that.
Oh man,
Welcome
I
to
saw you in the
GameByte, where
chat
we roast
saying.
ElderDjinn.
I saw you in the chat saying Little Mac was disappointing. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry that's how it played out.
Oh well. I mean,
What you gonna do?
what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Anyway.
Oh man, unfortunate. Game Uncle Jopes in the chat says, "Let me check on Little Mac. Haven't practiced with him." Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let us know
They
how
might have
that
changed
goes.
him. Yeah, they might have changed him in Ultimate. I wouldn't know. I can't buy the game, honey.
and then the folks at home just see a fist like come across the screen, just go. Oh man, that'd definitely be a highlightable moment on the show.
Man, everybody hates me today. It seems like you're fat shaming me. Everyone's making fun of me for not playing Smash.
I'm not fat shaming you. I want to be clear. On the record, I am in. I don't want that to be clipped out in the future because I think I saw Gibbs or Joe.
Yeah, I was gonna say too late. Someone's already got it. We got him, guys. We got him.
Yes, finally.
There it is. It's on the chat again. just because everybody needed a reminder.
Damn it, Gibbs.
Oh man, thank you, Gibbs. Appreciate it. At least someone is nice to me today. All right.
I got you, ElderDjinn. I got you.
Yeah.
Well,
I believe you.
Yeah. Damn it, Gibbs. Okay, so let us know at home. Let us know for the folks at home if you haven't yet. What have you been playing? Hit us up in the chat, tweet us, message us on Facebook, and we'll be sure to mention it on the show. If not today, next week, or we'll retweet you because that's always fun, and we like interacting with the folks who tweet us, who message us, who message us on our Discord. I actually haven't replied to a few people who were asking about the event, so I'm psyched to actually get back to you guys as well. But you know what, guys? Let's talk about the news. All right, there's a little bit of video game news happening recently, so yeah, let's get to it, Elgene. Let's get to it.
Let's do it.
I forgot.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a little bit though.
I know,
Pretty
right?
big news. Pretty big news.
Okay, let's talk about it. Here we go.
Let's do it.
This week in video games.
Yes, This Week in Video Games is brought to you by the Quit Stalling Geekcast. Quit Stalling Geekcast back this week, we promise. Feel the goodiness and the geekiness as me, Derek O'Brien, Sensei Humor himself, are back 1 p.m. Philippine Standard Time, 9 p.m. California time later on. Check us out, guys. The Quit Stalling Geekcast. Yes. All right. Elgene.
Yes. Yes. Delicious. I don't know. I just thought that's what logically came after. Oh God, are we fat shaming me again? What is going on with this?
We are not. No. I was about to say, some would call Sensei Humor delicious. So, like his wife.
Oh. Right.
Or she would be opposed to that. But you know what, Elgene, let's get to the heavy hitting news, like right off the bat. Let's get to it.
Sure.
Bungie has been freed. Bungie is a free elf. Bungie is a free elf.
Oh
ElderDjinn.
my goodness. Yeah.
And in news that came out of nowhere for the common person, but turns out has been hinted at slightly by the folks over at Bungie over the past couple of months. They are severing their publication rights and partnership with Blizzard, Activision Blizzard.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
After 4 years. This was
4?
supposed to be, according to the article, I think. I think I read the one on PC Gamer.
Yeah.
They've been together for 4 years, but like all Hollywood marriages, they've ended way before they expected to.
Right.
I think the partnership was supposed to be a minimum of 10 years based on the contracts that were signed. But 4 years, 6 years early. What are your thoughts on this, man?
I mean, this is incredibly exciting news for a billion different reasons. First and foremost, I mean, first and foremost, yeah, it's really. I mean, I think the first thing is it's a what do you call this? It's a very well-known publisher, amicably, well, not necessarily amicably, but leaving a publisher and getting to keep their kids. Like, they get to keep Destiny. Like, I think that's one of the big takeaways from this one is they got to keep Destiny on top of leaving Activision Blizzard.
Yeah.
Which is great, because the last time they left a major publisher, Microsoft got to keep Halo, which is, I mean, we all know how huge Halo is, you know, to everybody pretty much. So on top of that, I mean, they're now free to do whatever they want without anybody holding their hand, expecting them to do, you know, whatever it is they want them. And it's awesome. I just can't, you know, there's just so much to talk about, you know? It implies a lot of things for other developers working under big publishers as well. I mean, can you imagine if BioWare did the same thing and they got to keep their intellectual properties, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. Can you imagine? I know this is a pipe dream at best, but can you imagine if BioWare split from EA and managed to keep the Knights of the Old Republic intellectual property for themselves?
Man,
that would be absurd. I mean, it's a pipe dream because Star Wars.
Yeah.
And, you know, but if they were able to do that, you can only imagine the kind of quality KOTOR 3 would have been. You know what I mean? That's just, you know, it's like, yeah, it's just, there's just so much going for this, but it's also something we ought to be cautiously optimistic about, because let's face it, they lost their, by separating from ActiBliz, they lost their main source of income. Well, not income, but like their finances, if you will. Now they have to finance themselves. They have to take care of themselves as a company, and that's not easy. You know, it's not easy, but at the same time, I'm very optimistic for what, you know, Bungie has to offer, you know, and I'm actually interested in picking up Destiny again now that it's no longer in ActiBliz's hands. You know, I want to support Bungie in their endeavors. I want to see where they can go with this, you know?
Yeah, because they are continuing with their planned releases for Destiny 2. Their planned support releases for Destiny 2. They're not just going to stop support now that they're leaving Blizzard. They're actually continuing with their calendar of events. And I find that daunting, but at the same time, again, it makes me optimistic for how this could go, because let's be honest, you know, Destiny 2 has been okay, but it's had its own ups and downs with financial backing and with the support they had from Activision. And, you know, people can be optimistic about, okay, yeah, they're Unchained, they're free, like how we joke, but at the same time, you know, like, they always had the backing and the fallback of okay, our friends over at Activision Blizzard can always bail us out if need be. And now they're you know, it goes both ways, because one, they're creatively unchained, unbound, but at the same time, you know, this is new territory for them in terms of, okay, we're out of someone else's control now. It being released from a partnership is totally different from never entering one. So this is kind of like untreaded ground for them, and it's interesting because if I'm not mistaken, if I could find this somewhere, their marketing director Eric Osborne, as PC Gamer says, unabashedly, enthusiastically tweeted, "Here's to a new year, another turn, a new beginning. Here's to last year's." This part is what kind of like made me go whoa. He said, sorry. Here's to last year's dark clouds parting to make rain and light and life. Here's to you, to us, and to all of the adventures that await in 2019. He's pretty happy about this.
He's real happy about that. Holy cow.
It's pretty wow, right? It's pretty, oh my gosh. So
yeah, I mean, they really wanted to split from ActiBliz. I mean, like everybody, like they popped champagne when they got the announcement, right? Like they were celebrating when it happened. It's crazy.
So like, Yeah, they obviously know something we don't because of NDAs and courtesy and all of that stuff.
Of course. Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I don't know, like, I want to be optimistic because this is pretty cool. It sets a precedent for all future, I guess you can call them global indies, I think is what they've been referred to. An indie developer / publisher that is also globally known and supported.
Right.
And, you know, they're not tiny by any stretch of the imagination. Like, it sets a precedent for all these companies that can potentially do this as well, you know.
Right.
I mean, I'm not gonna beat around the bush. Like, a lot of people who are fans of Blizzard wish this would happen to Blizzard and all their properties.
It's true. Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, we'll get to the Blizzard side later on. At the same time, we also found out through this deal that I found out through this deal because I wasn't paying too much attention to it, that NetEase actually has a minor stake in Bungie. And I'm interested in how that plays out because, you know, NetEase also has its ties with Activision Blizzard.
And I have a phone, so I'll be sure to know when that tie with Blizzard comes out. You know, I mean, we're never gonna stop making that joke here. By the way,
for sure.
Yeah, but I don't know though. I mean, I did see that in the chat. People were like trying to tell me that, you know, $100 million or something, whatever, and an X amount of money was invested into Bungie through NetEase, and I'm saying, cool. 100 million is a lot of money. That's definitely going to get them somewhere. Yeah. But beyond that, it's really up to them, and it's really like that's, to me, that 100 million is a stimulus package just to kind of get them going, get their feet running. By the time that 100 million runs out, they need to be self-sustainable, of course, and you know that's what we all have to look out for. You know, that's the part where it's not easy. I get that they got money, that's fine, but ultimately it really is up to them to see how they basically go from here. You know. Yeah.
What you do with that really money as well, right? Like that's
exactly.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big question in everyone's minds, and this could. Like we said, it sets a precedent because if they do above expectations, then it encourages a lot of the studios to break away from potential partnerships, or it could encourage a lot of indie studios to never go into partnerships that they could potentially have. And at the same time, if they don't do well, this could very much scare a lot of the industry, because again, it's never been done, or it's never been done to this scale where people have started to view Activision as in the way that we do nowadays, as a group that's kind of ruining a lot of our beloved smaller companies, like EA has done with, you know, you can't break free from EA though, but you know,
well, we'll see.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I mean, if Bungie can do it, we'll see if BioWare. Like, I feel like BioWare is the biggest of the publishers in EA that could potentially pull it off.
Yes.
Like, I think they have the best chance personally, but that's just my opinion on that. Of course, I can't say for sure. You know, it's funny because off the top of my head, I can't think of any other EA developer right now besides BioWare and Maxis. And Maxis, I mean, I think.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if Maxis is going to make it, but BioWare definitely has a better shot at least. You know what I mean?
Because BioWare has built a reputation. Not to knock on Maxis and what they've done, but you know, like BioWare has stayed on their own 2 feet for a fan base that can be very fickle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think the thing that really bothers me right now is, besides those two, I can't think of any other EA developers right now. Yeah. Which, I mean, that bothers me. Yeah, that bothers me because does that mean EA has eaten everyone else and those are the only two left that I can think of?
Yeah, they kind of have. They kind of have.
I mean, guys in the chat, I'm sure someone can think of something besides those two. And please tell me, because I really don't want to. I just really don't want it to just be those two guys left. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Oh, there. Game Moko Jopes in the chat says DICE can actually pull it off. DICE.
Yeah. I forgot about DICE. Yes. Oh,
if
yeah,
I'm not
Dice.
mistaken, Dice
Listen.
has made Battlefront recently. I think they've also, I think Battlefront has been the biggest one recently, right?
Battlefield 5 was the most recent thing
Oh
they came
yes,
out with as
yeah.
well.
Sorry, Battlefield.
Yeah, the
5 as
entire
well,
Battlefield series is huge, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, the thing that makes me leery about Dice is their most recent release. Battlefield 5 was just kind of, you know, it didn't turn out as well as, well, not just, how do I put this? It's not just as, like, it I don't know, it just didn't turn out well. You know what I mean? Especially compared to its competitor in Call of Duty, it didn't do well at all. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't
most
know.
Definitely. All right. Well, we have someone joining us right now. If I can find him. There it is. There he is. Hey, Mick. How you doing, buddy?
Interesting topic you have here.
Oh, a little bit, just a little.
That's all right.
I don't want to sound like a weirdo, but then it's in the show notes.
late.
The $100 million that NetEase put.
Okay, I mean,
So sorry.
like I said, I mean,
not
it's a
there.
stimulus package.
It's not there.
It's ultimately up to them to do whatever it is
Yeah.
that, you know, get
I
their
want
feet
to take
running.
that. I want to challenge you on that, Mick. It is not there. It is not in our show notes.
Oh my gosh, it's in 79? Oh no. Oh no.
It is not in our
it's
show
the link I
notes.
put.
Mr. Smarty Pants. Mr. Smarty Pants.
Oh, it's here. Wait. Because
That's all right.
Sorry, it's
We'll move.
right beside. It begs the question. What was this again? What's in store for Bungie and the Destiny franchise? Give or take that since NetEase, if it's in the article, NetEase invested $100 million
in the
last
article.
year.
That's
Of
not
course,
in
it's
the
in the
show.
article.
Sorry, yeah, I didn't put it in the notes. My bad. Yeah, but
That's
then
okay. But yeah,
you think it's gonna be sustainable on their end? That, you know, since NetEase gave him all that money, you think they'll be given all the full creative control for all of this? 'Cause
I don't think NetEase wants to touch the creative side of it, though.
maybe they just wanna
Yeah.
they just want to stake in every part of every developer that would be willing to accept their money, I guess.
You're struggling.
They want a
Let
stake.
us invest in you.
They want a
But,
stake
yeah.
in everything.
Yeah, but if I know Chinese companies to do like stuff like that, I think of what do you call this, Tencent's relationship with Epic Games, and
yes.
how-
Yeah.
and like the stuff Tencent did with Epic was kind of shady, because I don't know if a lot of you remember this game or not, but before Fortnite came out, there was a game called Paragon,
Mhm.
which was basically like your third person
Oh,
MOBA style. What is going on with my phone? Shut up. Anyway, so yeah,
Was that
So,
your
yeah, it was a-
alarm?
no, it was, I don't know. It was just my phone going off. And it wasn't my alarm, guys. If it was my alarm, I would have heard it, but it didn't go off this morning. Anyway, so
Good lord.
yeah, so yeah, Tencent. I feel like Tencent was part of the reason why Paragon disappeared, because Tencent, well, while it does own, you know, while it does have majority stake or a majority shares of Epic Games' stock, they actually own Riot Games. And you know what Riot Games
okay.
developed? League of Legends, right?
Yeah.
Basically, I feel like I think it's pretty much I wouldn't say it's confirmed, but I think it pretty much, like, if you put two and two together, you could see the connection here.
Yeah.
Tencent basically manipulated Epic Games to pull Paragon out and push Fortnite so that they wouldn't have a direct competitor with League of Legends.
Yeah.
Because Paragon was offering something totally different from the League of Legends experience. However, they could still be considered competitors because of the MOBA elements. So they basically eliminated their own competitors by, you know, manipulating Epic Games. Again, I'm not saying it's confirmed. I'm not saying that's true, but
Yeah.
It's still
It
can
all-
be considered speculation because
it
But it all
rightfully
adds
is
up.
speculation. But there's just so much you could say. You read between the lines and you'll basically pick up on that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But again, I hope NetEase isn't going to be the same way with Bungie, of course. Like, I can't think of anything NetEase has that would be a direct competitor, for example. And mind you, I don't know. Did they just give them 100 million in investments, or did they like buy their stock? There's a total difference.
They bought.
Yeah.
They actually bought the stock. So they
Okay,
own a
so
specific, they own a stake at the studio.
at Bungie. So
Yeah.
that's actually scary, because that's the kind of relationship that would turn out to be manipulated. You know what I mean? I mean, that could lead to being manipulated. I'm not saying it is, but it would lead to it. That's the kind of relationship, like I said, Tencent had with Epic. Hell, you could say that's the kind of the relationship EA has with its developers. Kind of, they have all of that. You know, they have the weight to throw around to basically manipulate people. So, but I mean, I just hope for the best. That's really it. Like with Bungie, I wish they go the way of Digital Extreme. I wish they pull off what it is they're trying to do with Destiny to make it just like how Digital Extremes goes with Warframe. You know, that sort of thing. So, Chinese.
So, Nick, your thoughts?
Honestly, okay. So just to sum up everything that I heard, and at the same time, I also feel, because the thing is, what Elgene said a while ago, and what you said a while ago, I actually agree with you guys. I really think it's a good thing for Bungie to be. It's like having a toxic relationship with a girl. you know,
or a guy.
It's like or a guy. We ain't judging. So like you guys were saying, oh, we're gonna be together for 10 years before we get married. But 4 years in, you just break up with them. It's a feeling where, you know, they finally have the complete say, and it's not common to get your IP back. Let's be honest here. You guys are right with your examples, especially with the Halo franchise going to Microsoft. So it's good, because the thing is, like, from reports, they were saying that Activision wants nothing to do with the Destiny franchise. They're not even seeing how profitable it would be, because based on the sales of Destiny 2 and the concurrent players of Destiny 2 at the same time, the buys of Forsaken wasn't impressive for Activision. So it could mean two things.
Like the sales numbers?
The sales numbers, yes.
Okay.
The actual copies sold. So it could mean two things. It could be one, Activision dropped Bungie because Bungie's not giving them what they want, which is more money. And or it could be that it's the blame game. Bungie will say that, oh, you're not giving us creative control. Oh, so that's why we're having such a hard time. Oh, that's why this game is not. You're forcing us to have these deadlines and everything. And then Activision would be going, no, you're just rushing everything. Why are you blaming us? We're only here to just publish this for you. So, it's hard to pick a side, honestly.
Yeah.
Both of them let me down in 2017. So.
Yeah, that's kind of what we were talking about before you came on as well. Like that's a very good point. That I think what I mentioned earlier was, like, just because they don't have Activision with them now, it doesn't necessarily mean it erases all the ups and downs that they went through last year.
Right.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Just because of this, we shouldn't forgive them for all the other mishaps they did, like that two DLCs, the two DLCs that they called expansions.
Right, yeah. Yeah. Like, here's the thing: we're not looking to forgive anybody. That's not what we're talking about in in the slides. Like right now, we're excited for them. We're we're not saying that what this split means they're gonna do no wrong. We're just saying, good for you. Let's see what you can do. You know? Yeah. And
show
like I said,
me what you got.
Yeah. Like I do want to see Destiny succeed. I do want to see Bungie succeed. Like I really want them, to flourish. It'd be awesome, like
same here.
Because, and I want, and whatever, and come what may, if Bungie succeeds, I want other developers to follow in their footsteps as well. Yeah, exactly. Like that'd be great. I mean, it'd be great.
Yeah.
All right. So Jopes has said a lot in the chat.
Yes, I was gonna say that.
Yeah. You want to
one of them.
Yeah. You guys want to tackle that real quick?
Yeah.
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead, Elgene.
Okay. So let's start from let's see here. I think what NetEase would want from Bungie is finally an awesome shooter in mobile. Not a single good shooter in mobile exists, and NetEase is in a good position to pick Bungie's brains. And yeah, okay, that's fair. I mean, I think he's right in that regard. There are a lot of shooters for mobile, but none of them are like, besides your, of course, the mobile ports of existing games. Mm-hmm. I don't think there is a generally like well-known shoot. Like, you don't think shooter on your phone until PUBG Mobile or
or Rules of Survival.
Yeah, or something.
Because of the difficulty of having that, what we've mentioned before, as tactile feel on a mobile phone for a shooter. Yes, continue.
Right. Yeah. And then the next thing he says is, actually, Chinese investors invest in startups more often than you think, and most Chinese investors don't really force themselves into the business. And while that is generally very true, I believe, you're right. Your mileage absolutely may vary in that regard. The only reason why I brought it up in the first place was because it reminded me of a relationship that a Chinese investor had with a very well-known game developer. And what eventually happened was, well, they basically influenced their developer to essentially eliminate their own competition. Again, I'm not saying it's 100% true. It was speculation. Most of it was speculation.
Yeah.
But that's generally the only relationship I can think of between a well-known developer with a Chinese investor.
Yeah.
True.
So yeah. And last one, what they'd like to see in companies is to be able to adjust in a more of a microeconomy basis, i.e. the dingy system we have here in the Philippines. I'm not familiar with that guy, so you guys are gonna have to explain that to me. And be able to execute such transactions with the creative/technical prowess of invested startup. So, what is that? I don't know what that system is, guys.
Well, dingy, just from the term dingy is like bits and pieces, scraps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So like the small releases, the small but releases of content, I think is what.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Correct us if we're wrong, Jopes.
Correct us if we're wrong. Again, that's how I understood it as well. A micro retail.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, that's also a popular thing here now. You think about it.
Yeah. I've never.
Would you consider the micro retail Steam to be like a platform for micro retailing? Like they do cater. They do, like, for each area that they have that they're in. They also cater to specific games. Like they also market homegrown games from the Philippines on Steam. Unless if you buy too much AAA games, you'll never see it on your recommendations. Oh, my SMS messaging. Oh, yeah. Steam is also micro retail. Yeah.
Okay.
SMS messaging and everything. Oh, Jopes also said one thing about Destiny. Oh, I love this. I think the expansions were forcefully pushed out by Bungie because of Activision's incessant need for software to be pushed on a regular schedule.
I mean,
now I'm gonna be honest here. Most companies, they do have deadlines, so you can't. I kind of understand why they would put deadlines, but then again, the creative process does not have a deadline.
No, absolutely not. Yeah.
If you are that creative of a person, people will wait for your content. The problem is that Destiny, in my opinion, is not following. They're following the live update thing, but let's tear a page from ArenaNet and Guild Wars 2. They're living world update base, which is basically live updates that give you bits of the story, give you new areas, new details, new everything on maybe a quarterly basis, semi-quarterly basis, which is better, because the thing is, Destiny 2, though you could do a lot of things, after a month you're gonna run out of things to do except for PvP. Crucible, in other words.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I was doing Crucible I played the game for like 2 or 3 months. 1 month in, I was max already. I had 2 characters at max light power or gear score. So I was just doing PvP. That was it. I wasn't even doing anything anymore. Okay. I even stopped doing the raid because we already finished the raid how many times, and I got all the gear that I wanted there. So why bother?
All the gears.
Right?
All the
gears. Gears, man. Yeah. I got my what was that again? I got the really nice assault rifle, the shotgun, and the what was that last one? Rocket launcher. Yeah, the rocket launcher. Really good.
Okay.
Yeah. But then yeah, sorry, I'm getting off topic. But then yeah, so when it comes down to it, it's still Bungie's fault, because the thing is, I won't lie, the expansions were kind of half-assed. I mean, even if you said that, you know, oh, we brought in a new world, the world is smaller than any of the other worlds that you will find in the base game. That's the truth. They introduced a grindy system where you're gonna look for these specific items to unlock these 10 special weapons, right? That's from the first expansion. I didn't even bother playing the second one already.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh my god, if it's gonna be the exact same thing as this one, screw it. I'm not gonna play this. I'm not gonna play this anymore.
Yeah. See, what I don't understand is this schedule they had for Destiny 2, like your Destiny 2, your 2 small expansions, and then Forsaken, is exactly the same schedule they had for Destiny 1 with House of Wolves and leading into Taken King.
Yeah.
And like everybody knew House of Wolves was terrible. Why were they doing the same thing again the second time is what baffles me the most about it. You know what I mean? They knew it was bad. Why did they do it again? But anyway, but that's just me. I just couldn't. I can't wrap my mind around that. That made no sense to me.
Yeah. But again, to try to side with jokes here as well. If there's one thing that you could blame Activision for, it's the introduction of the whatever verse was that?
The Eververse store.
The Eververse store. The microtransactions with those weird seasonal items and of course the cosmetics. That doesn't even transfer. If there was like a Destiny 3, you still wouldn't transfer your original gear, which is that's what happened like with Destiny 1 to Destiny 2. You couldn't transfer a lot of the nice things that you got from Destiny 1, the seasonal rare items that you'd like to wear. Okay, so maybe you could blame Activision for that. So yeah, you're right to some extent, but I don't think that the expansions were Activision's fault. I really think it was Bungie's.
But we have no clue at the end.
But we have no clue. Where I'm just speculating based on the track record that they've been, and based on their track record the past few years.
Yeah. Well, I guess one thing we can hope is that EA just does not absorb any other soul.
Your soul is mine.
Oh no!
So,
EA
fingers crossed, guys. Yeah. Fingers crossed. Okay, so now I think we've tackled that topic as well as we can for the day. I think it's time to move on. We do have a couple more things to talk about, and we've mentioned Steam a lot on this episode. We've mentioned EA, so we'll get to EA later. But I think right now we should briefly brush on Steam. And guys, we got a couple of numbers pop out, and so apparently Steam gets 47 million daily active users.
Wow,
that's a lot.
That's a lot.
I'm gonna look at the stats.
Yeah, and
million concurrent.
So it's like 18.5 million concurrent, I think, is what I'm seeing for 2018.
Sorry.
My lord, that
18 million.
90 million monthly.
Part of me thinks like how much of this is like, okay, they actually open a game while in Steam, and how much of this is
people who play and
Windows auto-loads it.
That is
you know what
true.
I mean? Because like some people don't turn that off. So regardless, though, that's a huge figure.
I mean, it is. That's a lot of people playing on Steam at the same time, And it's like, I don't know. They've basically maintained that monopoly, like for how many years now? I mean, a decade almost. Like when did Steam come out?
Almost a decade.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about it. They would be making all the money in that regard, It's it's absurd.
Pretty much. It's ridiculous, and with a good reason, because they got there early, like we said, like 10. They've been around for about 10 years. They got people to buy in and put their games there, and now it's kind of like iMessage or or the Apple ecosystem, where if you a lot of the reason why you're on Steam is because it's so convenient, and all the a lot of the games you want to play are there. You know, so it's smart for them to the fact that they got there early, and now a lot of the games are there. I'm just going around in circles, but at the same time, like, you can't break away from that. It's the ecosystem, you know, like if you want to leave Steam, but you still want to play Football Manager 2019 or what are the fighting games that are on there now? Like Dragon Ball Z's there, right?
Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
Yeah, like
Tekken 7 is there.
So fighting games are there.
Pretty much all the fighting games you could think of are there.
Yeah, right. You have Rocket League there. Like it's insane the diversity they have. So like it's I can see why it's not hard to believe that they get this legitimately, and it's not just people opening having Windows auto open Steam.
Right.
True.
Because we also have that friend that spent how much on every single Steam sale and has like a backlog that he'll never get through.
Yeah.
Or they'll never get through. So like it's not hard to believe, and
true.
You know, I'm struggling to find a downside to this, like a really big downside to this, because of the fact that Steam doesn't really shove too much down your throat to the point that it's disgusting. EA,
right. It's kind of the opposite, really. They've been incredibly generous with their, with their products. You know.
Yes.
I think that's part of its appeal. Like they maintain a monopoly, yet they're incredibly generous. Like you'd think if you had total control over the market, you gouge the prices to make all the money. They don't do that. It's incredible, you know.
Yeah, but like, think about it this way. I find it somewhat I feel like the reason why a lot of people still stick, a lot of publishers and developers, they still try to make it to Steam, is because Steam probably has the biggest it's been the biggest population of it has the biggest amount of people that would, have accounts in general. Like, people are like, oh yeah, I'm pretty sure this guy has a Steam account, even if he hasn't used it for like how many years, but he still has it, right? So if he doesn't get back into it, he just jump into it. Unlike the new stores like Epic Store or like Discord, which by the way is more generous to the games that are being featured on their DRM platform. Yeah, they're more generous in the sharing, but it just blows my mind. I mean, because maybe I'm pretty sure that eventually we're going to see like how EA created the Origin Store, like Ubisoft creating the Uplay Store. No, if like, imagine in the future there might come a time where everyone is just connected to Steam, but they have their own. They have their own DRM platforms, right? Yeah. But you can connect to your friends on Steam, maybe. I think they'll keep that in mind. And then maybe, I don't know how long it'll take for Steam to like run out of Steam. But, but from the looks of it, my good sir, they're gonna be here for quite some time, maybe 5, maybe even 10 years from now. We might talk about them in episode 1000 of GameByte. Yeah, who knows, man?
Yeah, definitely. Like,
Jesus, Steve's still around there.
Yeah, like.
Oh, sorry, episode 500. Episode 1000, we're too old for that. We have like.
I mean,
kids.
Why not,
like,
right?
You'll see Harold carrying a baby.
Wow, jeez almighty! I'm just looking at those stats now.
Look at these numbers, man. 1.6 million new purchasers per month.
1.6
Yikes!
New purchases.
That's crazy.
But no, when a new game drops on Steam, and you see it like a AAA title that is not exclusive to any console, and then you see it there and you realize, wait just a minute, this is cheaper if I bought a copy of in the PS4 or on the Xbone or on the Switch. So I'd rather buy it here. That's what happened with me in Witcher and with let me look at the Shadow of War and Shadow of Mordor. I bought it on Steam. I'm looking at my Steam library now.
And
I haven't finished War. I finished Mordor. I finished Mordor.
As a person that considered getting a PlayStation or an Xbox when they were at their sort of height, I guess, like a couple of years ago. I don't want to call it the height, actually. You know what? When I was, I guess, like as a layman, when I was considering getting a console. What kind of scared me was finding out, like, oh, they have Xbox Live Gold, and there are these subscriptions that you have to worry about, like the PS Plus.
Right.
So with Steam, you don't have to worry about any of that because you pay for your internet and then you're online and then you just download Steam for free. And you know, again, as a person who never ended up getting a console, I ended up getting a PlayStation 3 and 4 anyway. But like, you know, as a person that mainly considers themselves a PC player for the meantime, there are those things that a layman would think about, would get turned off with, that a PC user would just think, okay, I guess I don't have to pay for that if I just build a PC. So like there are those things, you know, like there are those things that make it more accessible and make it psychologically easier for you. There's being able to buy a game for your friend without any hassle. Like I just shove my credit card. I don't even need Steam. I could just go through my browser and say, okay, I want to buy that for my friend. You know, like it's so much more convenient, and it all adds up to the fact that Steam gets these numbers. So like, man, it's we can see why. We can see why.
Sorry, Jopes in the chat goes, the biggest gamer base is still PSN, 70 million monthly actives, 90 million total users, and crazy majority being active there.
That's the same as...
Well, no, in terms of monthly actives,
it's more.
PSN lost.
Steam has more. Yeah,
Steam still has more. 90 million total users. We don't know how many total users there are in
well, the fact that you get 1.6 million purchases online, that's kind of ridiculous.
That is crazy.
I mean,
that is granted stuff.
Granted, like PlayStation does have its player base, but that's kind of comparing apples to oranges here. Like that's where we're talking about, like the PC platform that sells everything. Like at least like Steam has direct competitors. PlayStation Network doesn't. That's really the only thing you have if you want to play on your PlayStation. No, but
Nintendo
that's the thing.
eShop.
Well, no. What I mean is, if you have a PlayStation, you're getting PlayStation Plus. You can't get anything else. Otherwise, you can't.
Oh, that is true.
So
yeah.
There's
PC,
there's no competition. Yeah. There's no direct competition.
You get everything.
Yeah. So it's.
Do I have?
Damn. It's made it so much. It's so nice. I swear to God. Like, it's never been less intimidating to be a PC gamer than now.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
So much.
Like the only thing PC players will miss out on are, you know, exclusives, and that's and that's actually like kind of bad considering last year's exclusives were incredible, but I mean,
Red Dead
incredible.
That's a sacrifice you're gonna have to make, Master Race. I mean, that's just how it is. You know what I mean?
No
that's the only
Spider-Man for you.
drawback. No Spider-Man, no God of War, no, no Red Dead. Like those are the only three that they really missed out on.
Also,
and Red Dead's coming on PC, so I don't know.
Eventually,
I heard eventually it will.
Yeah.
But then just to try to solidify my bias on Steam. The one thing that I really love about Steam is the community market.
Oh yeah, that's actually
one
really
knife
cool too.
That you could sell for 9,000 pesos. For some weird reason, when you get a knife, you're instantly 9,000 pesos richer. I don't know how. I don't know why. I wish they could transfer it though to my bank account or even my PayPal. I would be, I would accept that.
That's well, I mean, it's still a free video game if you wanted it to be.
It's like I'm gonna if I like a knife in CS:GO, if I open a chest and got a knife, and if I sell that for like 15,000, I will stop buying PS4 and Nintendo Switch games, and I will wait for the PC releases. Because I'm just gonna finish it on Steam, unless if it's like in Uplay, store exclusively on EA Origin or. But then let's see. That's what I love about Steam, man. You can make money with just weird stuff.
Why not? Oh, look at him. He's such
what a
cutie.
beautiful cardigan Welsh corgi you have there.
Yeah, well,
See, I know.
Sorry
I know
for the
that-
audio-only listeners, but you can't see the adorable dog on our screen right now.
Doggo. Oh,
Okay.
what's his name or her name?
her name's Maya.
Oh, that's Maya. I
yes.
thought Maya was your cat. My bad.
No, I have two cats, Bruce and Charlie, and then you got Maya.
Oh,
Awesome.
look at that
All right,
little
well,
bundle of going.
Guys, speaking of games on Steam, one game releasing on Steam, but will not have an open beta weekend, unlike on the consoles, will be Jump Force. One for the
Jump
weebs, as I've
Force.
been told. One for the weebs, but you know what? It looks so good. It looks so good. I might be tempted to try it out. I've already heard people in our local gaming stores like Data Blitz and iTech. I've heard parents and children and people our age just go up to the store and be like, "Is Jump Force out already? Can I get Jump Force?"
What is? I'm just watching everything that's going on the screen, and I'm like, what is even happening? Is that Yugi?
Yeah, Yugi's
shooting.
there.
Like, oh my God, what was that? Was that a Goku just shooting hearts at Frieza?
shooting hearts.
What is going on here?
Okay, maybe it's the customization
God,
feature.
it is,
Yeah.
it
Those
is
are
the
the cos-
customization feature,
The
but
cosmetics,
what?
cosmetics, man. Shooting hearts.
Oh no!
It's an in thing now.
So
no.
every anime hero you want, from what I've been told, is in this game. Whether you want to play Deku or Goku, or the folks over from One Piece, they will be here. Naruto will be here. Boruto, I've been told, will also be here.
Boruto, baby. Oh, that's Naruto
and
right there.
This is Jump Force, guys, and the open beta weekend has been announced.
Mhm.
And the sessions are gonna run 3 hours at a time.
Oh crap!
And it's gonna start February 15. Preloading begins January 17. So they're smart about it. They're saying, okay, let's ease things up on our
Tomorrow.
servers, so you can start preloading tomorrow. And yeah, so the just for everyone, open beta will be starting February 15, so in a month from now.
That's close.
Jeez
yeah.
almighty. Like, I just want to play it now just because it looks so incredibly obscene. But, like...
Oh, sorry, I take that back. Apparently you can test Friday, January 18th, 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. to 12 midnight Pacific
you
Standard
guys,
Time.
yeah, you guys are in good shape.
Yeah,
I
and
can't
then
wait for that.
Saturday, Saturday, January 19th, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then Sunday, January 20th, 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That is crazy. Like, I kind of want to try this.
It just looks so
Fighting
absurd.
games, baby. Fighting games.
Yeah.
Man.
PS4 and Xbox One for the open beta. But it will be released on PC. You can actually pre-order on Steam right now.
I hope there's no NDA because I wanna actually stream this.
It looks good.
Looks so stupid. Like, it's good in it's stupid in a good way though. Like
When you say stupid, it has that connotation.
It's
like,
a good,
so
it's good in a
dumb.
stupid way. Oh, no.
Yeah.
like it's so bad it's good kind of way. But I mean, it might be really good. You know. Oh my god, that just looks absurd.
It makes me want to watch anime like right this second. You know what I mean? Like watching this trailer makes me want to watch anime.
I was disappointed when they didn't announce Soma from Yukihiro Soma.
Yeah.
They didn't announce him there, so that's my favorite guy. He's my dude right now. So
Yeah.
Am I allowed to join the show?
Oh,
Oh, who's that?
Why?
yeah.
Why though?
surprise!
He saw Jump Force and he was like, I'm in.
No, we're down to like one more topic, so that's perfect.
He's
Driving
like,
again.
Jump Force,
I'll
I'm
stick around.
down. What's that?
Alright,
What's
let's
that,
do it.
Jeezy?
Are you on the
I'm just
phone right
driving
now?
on-
Like
Yeah, I'm on
Oh,
the
he's
phone.
driving.
Are you driving right now?
Yeah,
that's
don't worry. I'm hands-free, totally hands-free, so don't worry about me. I'm just gonna
Good.
comment when I...
Oh, I thought you meant hands free, as in like your hands are not on the steering wheel.
Well, this is why we
Thought about
this
it.
is why we have the panic room, guys. For this
Yes, we do.
exact situation.
moment.
Okay.
When everything is not proportioned to size.
Thank you. Okay,
Yeah.
but you know what? Yeah, we'll soldier on. Let me get ElderDjinn up right here. Okay, so guys, we got one more topic that isn't Blizzard related, and it's a bit of a soul crusher for me. Okay, it's a bit of a soul crusher for me.
I felt bad too. If it makes you feel
yeah.
any better.
This is really bad. So it turns out EA Vancouver specifically has canceled the Star Wars open world game that they had been planning. And you know what, like Tor, the Star Wars The Old Republic was soul crushing as it was. And now this, you know, this gave me a little bit of hope. You know, this made me think like, okay, we're getting decent open world games nowadays, like Red Dead and I'm gonna say Grand Theft Auto because that's what's popping up into my head. Forza is an open world racing game. You know, like we're getting decent open world games now. Is my point. And to think that Star Wars was gonna get another crack at it really lifted my spirits. Even though they were kind of downplaying it, they're like, yeah, it's still in development. Don't worry, we'll get there eventually. The fact that they officially canceled it was just crushing.
Oh my god, it's like I feel like someone in EA really did not like The Last Jedi and Force Awakens. They're taking it out too much on Star Wars. Come on.
Yeah. Man.
It's rough.
Maybe it
'cause
was
they
too much of an
have-
investment.
Well, that's the thing, right? Because they have the multi-year deal with Disney. And it's supposed to
Yeah.
run
Yeah.
also for 10 years. You've been saying 10-year deals a lot on the show. It was supposed to run until 2023. So we have at least 4 more years of this.
Like, here's the thing I don't understand is like why like if they know it's a good idea, why cancel it? Because it's not like Star Wars is not going to sell anything. Like,
Right?
even
Right.
the worst Star Wars game sells like really well. I don't understand
Yeah.
why they're, you know.
Because people don't know yet that it was bad. Like they're like, you know what? I'm not even gonna bother waiting a day. I just gotta play this now. And then when they get thoroughly disappointed, they're just gonna give it all 1 stars. But too bad, we already got your money.
But that's
It's
the
true,
thing,
I
though,
mean-
right? Like,
Yeah.
oh, man, because they already canceled, what was it, 1313, the Boba Fett one?
Oh, that one was
would-
nice.
It looked
Mm.
great. Like, the
It
test
looked
footage we saw
so
looked
good.
amazing. And then
It
now
was
this,
ahead of its time.
I don't get their thinking because EA is not exactly shy to just pump out every game they see. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
why
I mean, they-
this? Why this?
They do have a program that like supports, you know, independent developers, and even if the games don't look like super polished, it doesn't have the EA polish. They still like, yeah, release it on our platform.
I'm sorry. I had to laugh when you said the EA polish.
Yeah.
EA polish.
Ooh, EA polish.
Okay.
Sorry, my bad. I don't think they do have EA polish. They don't have polish. Oh,
I think we lost
And of course,
easy.
we
he
lost
just leaves.
Diego.
It's funny. Like Harold was working so hard to fix everything, and then Diego leaves, and it's like haywire.
Yeah, and it just crap.
Everything's like, ah, crap. Okay, I guess I
Alright.
can't fix this anymore.
I guess.
Maybe to try to I know I don't like siding with these guys, but you know maybe the reason why EA kind of dropped it and dropped it entirely was because maybe they have a really good lineup of games, or lack there, or maybe maybe they do have a lineup of games that they just want to prioritize first, so they don't really want to like shuffle out a lot of their focus on this game. Because let's be honest, if you make a Star Wars open world game and it's horrible as hell, then dude, come on, that's like goodbye EA, man. Well, not really goodbye
Yeah,
EA, let's be
true.
honest. EA Sports will probably keep them alive with the FIFA series alone.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the truth.
it's
But yeah.
But like
Oh, sorry.
the moment you have Star Wars slapped onto it, people will buy it. Especially
Yeah.
Yeah.
if EA is going to go with the whole oh, there's going to be a review embargo for the first 2 weeks of the game because we want you to play it first.
Yeah.
And,
that's the
nobody's
thing.
going to know it's bad, you know?
Yeah,
and
that's
then
the
everyone's
thing.
just going to buy it because Star Wars.
True.
Exactly
True.
right. And you, when you said embargo, it dawned on me. Part of the reason why I had hope for this is because of Anthem. Anthem is open world, and I was like, if they're pouring this much of the resources into Anthem for an open world game, they could do it with Star Wars. And then they do this. They do this. Oh man.
Well,
I mean,
real
they
quick
could have
though,
put the
who was
developers to Anthem.
who was the developer behind it? Like, who did they task to make this game?
So originally, it was EA. Oh man, it ended up with Vancouver. Is where it ended up. So
EA Vancouver.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry guys, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but our guest for next week, This03, just followed us on Twitch. Hi, This. Hey, girl. Hey. Thanks for stopping by. No, but yeah, so that's the thing. I don't know. I had to share this with friends because I could not go. This was literally like breaking news. This was right before the show, and it really bummed me out. So I love Jopes' joke in the chat. EA Polish is their office in Poland.
Yeah. EA Polish.
Gosh. DZ in the chat said, DZ's back in chat. Wait, you're supposed to be driving. Stop. Stop typing. You're supposed to be driving.
Oh my god.
He said, sorry got disconnected.
Sorry to interrupt the call too. I just wanted to feel like Stone Cold Steve Austin for a while.
No, like, that's what I love about modern tech is I've always wanted someone to just come in while driving because we have the tech to do that now. It's just, again, it's rough when you go between cell towers. So it's okay, DZ. That's why we have the panic room. If you can come back on it.
True.
Yeah.
Fun fact, did you guys know that the Emperor of GDAP, the president of GDAP, actually did the episode of GameByte in his car?
Yeah, MP.
I remembered that. Yeah,
that was a good episode too. Like he was
very good episode, very informative. He was funny.
He's one of our most insightful guests. So hey boss, I'm looking forward to having MP on again in the future. He stopped his basketball game just to
speak to us.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he forgot that he was on the show.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
cool.
That's cool. But yeah, so EA, why you do this to me? Is what I ask. Why you do this to me now? Why you
press F to pay respects?
When you finally give me like a taste of it, you're like, we're gonna give you guys an open world game, the game that you deserve, with lightsabers and blasters.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, we forgot about that. Yeah.
I don't.
We're gonna make that. I just feel like they actually forget about that. They forgot about it.
For real though, man. Okay. What's this? Iron Hammer Stream in the chat says, "What is the panic room?" The panic room is like our pre-show room. This is pretty much what we call the panic room because we can just shove the full Discord layout on and just like start messing around without it looking awkward. This is why I call this the panic room because if I panic, I can just cut to this screen. But yeah, so I have a stream in the chat said this is all Han's fault. Never tell him the odds. Never tell him the odds. Okay, so okay, let me tone down the music, guys, because it's time for our last part of the show. I was actually hoping DZ would make it for this part, but you know what? We might as well soldier on without him. So why don't we break it down? Why isn't it?
The sound bite's not working.
Damn!
Yes!
Yeah.
Yes! It is time. It is time for the Blizz Corner. Let me play something else. Let's do the main title. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to finish the show off with the Blizz Corner, our segment on our overlords over at Blizzard, who we're starting to worry about a little bit here on the show. Starting to worry about them a little bit. Just a bit, you know.
bit.
2018 didn't
bit.
didn't end so good for them, but you know what? We're gonna soldier on because you know what? The shifting markets and partnership deals here and there. Hopefully they keep their core. But a little bit of news, guys, which was about a day ago. Blizzard has extended their distribution partnership deal with NetEase until 2023. So this isn't as big of a deal as our earlier bit of news when we talked about Bungie being Unchained, you know, Django. It wasn't as big as that. But this is really interesting because NetEase, like we mentioned earlier, has been getting their hands on a lot of companies nowadays, like Bungie, like Blizzard. And we all have phones, don't we?
Yep.
So the thing is, that's never going to get old. We're just going to keep calling back to that. So
Everybody
that's
will
the thing,
remember
right?
that for the rest of the time.
Yeah, so that's the thing. So Blizzard has extended their partnership deal with I was going to say Bungie, with NetEase until 2023. So that's another 4 years. That's another 4 years. And this is the thing. The reason why they're doing this is because NetEase has allowed them to distribute their games in the large market known as China. So they're allowed to. It enables them to distribute easily in China with their games like Overwatch, Diablo, World of Warcraft, and Heroes of the Storm, and Hearthstone. And they want to, obviously, since it's been so lucrative for them and since it's been such a good deal for them, they would naturally want to extend that. I'm assuming not just until 2023, because NetEase kind of acts as the Steam or the Garena for the local fans. You know, they act as that kind of platform for them in China. And it's really interesting for me because I want to know how this plays out. You know, will this turn into anything more? Elgene, I know you have your opinions on not just NetEase but also Blizzard, so I wanted to get your hot take on this.
So on what do you call this? So Blizzard with a deal on NetEase.
Yeah,
I mean,
and I mean extending it as well. You know, because we
I-
also know now that they've invested $100 million on Bungie to create a new IP.
Yeah.
right. So okay, I can
That
understand
state,
them.
though. It's crazy.
I can understand them wanting to branch out into China. I mean, that just makes more money. That's a business decision through and through. Though, again, I mean, what are they going to make more mobile games with them? Is that also on the table? Like, are we going to have I don't know, World of Warcraft Immortal next too? I don't know.
World of Warcraft Immortal.
I really don't know how to feel about this personally because it's a business deal. Like, it's really all they're really trying to do is to get into China, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Like, that's they're welcome to do whatever they want. They want to expand, great. You know, maybe they'll have franchise teams in China for their Overwatch their Overwatch League as well. You know,
Yeah.
Well, they
I'm
do.
okay,
Shanghai,
or
right?
yeah.
Shanghai.
Hangzhou,
Okay.
Guangzhou.
see, I don't follow the Overwatch League, so forgive me if I'm out of.
Oh, don't
you
let
know,
this
out
hear
of
that.
touch
Don't
there.
let this hear that.
Oh, sorry.
that's
But
fine.
anyway,
Overlords, hear that, please.
sorry, I'm not a shill, but it's okay. So here's the thing, okay, maybe there might be a Chinese league, for example. I don't know. They could
be a Chinese league.
Like, I really can't say very much about it besides it's a business deal and they're just trying to make all the money in China, which is fine. I mean, that's more power to them, honestly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is, right?
Yeah, that's really how I feel like it is. But at the same time, like, what does that mean for the rest of the company? It's hard to say. I mean,
True.
besides, well, we might have mobile games, which, again, I mean, that's a meme. I really should stop saying that. It really is just a meme for Diablo Immortal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, more power to them if they want to branch out into China. Great, that's fine with me. Yeah, it's just a business decision. I really don't see anything crazy about it personally. You know.
Mick, do you have any hot takes on this? Because I kind of feel the same way as Elgene. I think this is solid business, but I want to see if you have any conspiracy theories.
Well, NetEase and Blizzard have have got a really good relationship. First things first, NetEase was the one that basically brought Hearthstone to China, and was the one who did most of the translations to Chinese. I think it was Blizzard who did I'm not sure if it was Blizzard or NetEase who did the recording for the Chinese version of the voices for the game, because they actually had to replace a few lines there that were spoken in English to Chinese to better, to be more palatable by the audience. And no, I think it's, well, one, you guys are both right. It's a Blizzard business decision. I feel like this will be a beneficial one, because the thing is, remember that there is a big mobile market in China, considering that a lot of their brands now for mobile phones, like Xiaomi, Huawei, SKK, what else? The other ones. Well, SKK no one really knows brands. That. Yeah, they're mobile brands. But the top two biggest ones right now are, three is Vivo. Sorry, correct me if I'm wrong in chat. If I don't know if Vivo is really Chinese. I'm aware that they're Chinese, but I don't know if they're developed there. And then Huawei and Xiaomi, since there's a booming market in mobile
Vivo
phones
is from Dongguan.
Dongguan is China?
China.
Yeah, okay, all right. So it's only obvious that you really should get close to those big brands like NetEase or Tencent, right?
Yeah.
And you should actually try to cater to the market there, which is a mobile gaming market. Let's be honest here. A lot of them play mobile games.
The interesting thing for me on that note is China has this like media embargo thing that they're, I don't think it's an embargo, but it's kind of like a media shutdown.
There's like a super stealthy, well, not really stealthy, I mean everyone else in the world knows this, but stealthy censorship of content, where the government actually scans through Google searches and stuff. That's why you can't Google in China. When I went to Beijing, I tried to put google.com. There was no google.com.
And aside from that, like they have these waves, like last year was like 2 batches for game publishing, and they only allowed those 2 batches of games to be published in China. Nothing else was allowed. And the entirety of 2018, NetEase and Tencent didn't have a new game published. None of them were approved. So that's actually, now that you mentioned that, Mick, like I'm actually curious, like if Blizzard were to release a new game, I don't know if Diablo Immortal's part of this, but if they were to release a new game, if NetEase was to help them release a new game, how would that affect them in China as well? Because this is
well, it depends. Come to think of it, I think one of NetEase's biggest games right now on China is, and the one that's being compared to Diablo Immortal is, I forgot the name, but it's basically exactly like Diablo, and it's in China. So I feel like Blizzard reskinning Diablo Immortal.
Let's not get into that again.
Reskinning Diablo Immortal. Yeah, so I believe that when they reskinned it and all that stuff, I believe it's a way for Blizzard to actually tap into the Chinese markets. And I think that other companies around the world will have a hard time try to get into the Chinese markets, because of the censorship, which is which is why a lot of them tie up with these big brands, and I think that's smart. It's the only way for it. I am not 100% sure. I feel like this is the only way for them to try to tap into the markets, but then I could be wrong, right? Could be wrong. That's the beauty of this podcast.
Sorry. Jopes at Gamoko.
Wow.
Handily reminds us of why they're doing the whole disallowing of publishing. It's because they're, quote unquote, they're trying to crack down and pin down gaming addiction in their country. So
it is.
Let's see how that works out.
Yeah, especially in their neighboring country of Taiwan. Yes, that's right. I said it was a neighboring country.
No, because it is. Let's not get into politics. We can talk about that in the after show. But
we'll talk about that in the after show.
But yeah, like
Yeah,
I find this interesting for the future, especially if NetEase is gonna continue to work with Blizzard on games. You know, like but I'm pretty sure part of the reason why this is continuing as well is because NetEase is like, yo, let's make some games together. We might as well. Like we're already distributing stuff for you. Why not we put some money into your departments and you come up with a couple of IPs for us. You know what I mean? Like, I really want to see where this goes, and it's interesting because at the moment it's hard to know where NetEase stands in terms of evil and not evil.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, it just seems benign. They just want to, branch out to China and branch out into the mobile market, which is still very, you're making money off of that regardless. Especially in China. Holy crap! Like, China, not just China, but like China and other Asian countries. Like, I feel like that just makes the most business sense in a way, and it really takes a company like Blizzard, like a company with that much clout, to do. To have the foresight to do something like that. Like, I can't imagine EA or, let's say Ubisoft do that. You know what I mean? Like, it's only like right now it feels like Blizzard's the only company that's reaching out to the Asian countries to do something like that.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's only a good thing. I mean, I can only see this as a good thing. Again, I hope it doesn't influence the Western market like it did with Diablo Immortal. But for the most part, it just means more money for Blizzard, therefore more stuff for everyone else.
Iron Hammerstream in the chat mentioned he just realized how gaming addiction could be a problem, especially if a one-child policy is in play. That's a pretty interesting thought.
Job said that,
Oh, Tencent.
Job mentioned the whole disallowing of games.
The whole mention.
Yeah, he also mentioned Tencent is distributing Ubisoft games in China now. Okay, so I'm a little out of touch with this, if I'm being honest. But good. I mean, we want to brand. Like, I feel like it just makes the most business sense to branch out beyond the markets they're already in. It just makes
true.
You know what I mean? And I feel like that's a more practical way to, to expand more so than let's say. Microtransactions. I feel like that's a better revenue stream. Just expanding, making better games.
And
expanding to more markets instead of trying to keep yourself within a single market and figuring out really stupid creative ways to gouge people for their money.
Elgene, if you want to keep listening to GameByte, you're gonna have to buy more energy, and then you can.
God. Let me go get my credit card information.
Oh man, but I totally get your point. But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we've said all we've had to for this episode of GameByte, so we must bid everyone adieu. Elgene, Mick, DZ, I guess, who was here earlier also.
Who was here for like a good 3 or 5 minutes.
That was solid though. That's solid. I hope we can continue to get cameos from people.
We were complete.
Eventually, we'll start having call-in segments. Was my plan for the shows. So
that's pretty cool.
We can get Joe from Gameoko to call in and give us his hot take of the minute. But you know what, guys? Thank you so much for joining us, Elgene, Mick. You guys want to say any final words on any of the topics before I tell people where they can find you, or before you tell people where they can find you?
Congrats, Bungie. Good luck.
Ah!
Hope to see more in the future. Shame on you, EA, as usual. Like, that's nothing new there. I guess that's it. I don't know. I can't think of anything else. Mick, what about you? Do you have anything?
Yeah, I hope Anthem is good. I really
Same.
hope.
Yeah, I really do want it to be
Because
good.
I swear I will drop every EA game I have if this game sucks. I swear. Will drop FIFA. I will drop Inquisition. I will drop even Origins, which I actually have right now, and I'm trying to play. I swear, I will drop everything if this sucks. I swear, that's all I have to say.
Concurrently, Mick will also drop everything to play Anthem if it's good. So.
Oh yeah, no. I still gotta keep my Hearthstone, man. I am the resident tavern keeper after all. I gotta keep playing. Yeah. What about you, Harold? What are your final thoughts about everything that we just spoke about?
I'm just praying I wake up tomorrow and be like,
all
January
a dream.
Fools, everyone. We're still pushing through with the open world game. We just wanted to see what you'd say. It's
an off-season April Fool's prank, bro.
It's Deadpool all over again. It's Deadpool all over again. We just wanted to see what you thought. Bang bang. But yeah, so man, rough day for Star Wars lovers. But you know what? We're gonna soldier on. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Mick, where can the folks at home find you when you're not on GameByte?
When I'm not on GameByte, you can find me on Twitter. That is at TheFuryBot. You can also find me on Instagram at TheFuryBot, and you can also find me on the GameByte podcast every Wednesday night. Only here on twitch.tv/quitstalling every 9:30 every Wednesday night, 9:30 p.m. Philippine time, 5:30 a.m. California time. I'm not sure. Am I right? Because I think they're still in daylight savings, or no more.
I think it's 5:30 a.m. right now.
Yeah, 5:30 a.m. 5:30 a.m. California time. Sometimes we were late by like 30 minutes, or in my case, I was late for an hour.
Glamorously late.
Glamorously late.
My bad.
I was able to transition you in smoothly. Diego's a bit more
like Diego.
I didn't want to say anything. I was planning to go.
Stone Cold Steve Austin over here trying to be like,
trying to like break through. If I may say something. He was gonna Kanye your moment, Elgene. It's like Kanye your moment. I'm like, I can finish.
Like I can only imagine like Diego being Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like he just pops in the sound bite of the glass breaking and the sound in the background, and then every time he finishes a sentence, everyone's like, "What? What?"
He's saying phrases now because he has to keep it short.
And that's the bottom line.
He already has a sleeveless vest, so I think we're good.
Man.
I remember he did a show.
On the right track.
Yeah, I remember he did a show with a sleeveless vest, and then we joked with him. We were like, "Oh, you auditioning for a boy band?" I never saw that sleeveless vest ever again. You guys can probably find it. It's one of the earlier episodes.
Sleeveless vest,
man.
Sleeveless vest. Like,
was it denim?
Honestly, no, it was black. It was black. Like,
man.
And there was no malice. We were just like we were ribbing on each other, you know. And then like we just never saw the vest again. We just never saw it again.
Man,
so.
The back of that sleeveless vest probably says DZ316 or something.
DZ316. Oh my gosh! That could be his new Twitter
handle.
Oh gosh,
DZ316. That would be good.
I mean,
Diego,
he
I hope
wanted
you're
it.
still listening.
He wanted it.
Listening. Yeah,
he compared himself to Steve Austin. Now here we go.
He did. Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh man. What about you? What about you, Elgene? Where can the folks find you when you're not on GameByte?
When I'm not on GameByte, well, the first place you're gonna be able to find me is on Twitch. I stream Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. My channel is ElderDjinn, same as usual. You can see the spelling in my name there. I'm also I'm actually opening a Twitter account. Well, or at least I'm going to be dusting off my Twitter account for all my gaming shit posting and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to hear my opinions on gaming, I guess go on Twitter and find me at ElderDjinn. It's that exists. And lastly, I mean, if you really want to talk to me about something gaming related, you could probably find me on the Quit Stalling Discord as well. You can find me there. You can ask me questions, and I'm
he replies really fast there. He replies really fast.
Whether I'm at work or not, I mean, I'm sure I can say something eventually. You know what I mean?
You
so
yeah, fight with him.
Yeah, like So yeah, Twitch, Twitter, and if you want, I mean, if you really want to talk to me about something, I guess you can find me on the Quit Stalling Discord as well. So.
Yeah.
There you go, guys. I have more than just my lame-ass Facebook excuse now, but I won't add you. Anyway, Herald, where can the folks at home find you?
Thank you, Elgene. Thank you so much. You guys can check me out.
That was the very first time. Nice.
You guys can check me out at Herald Plays on Twitter and Instagram. And, of course, I'll be streaming again on twitch.tv/Herald Plays. And I think it's safe to announce it now, Mick. I think it's safe to announce it now in here. Well, some of the hosts of Quit Stalling, maybe we can get ElderDjinn on board here. You know, hosts like that Herald Plays guy, hosts like InstaDZ, and hosts like Sensei Humor will be streaming once a week very soon here on twitch.tv/quitstalling on Quit Stalling Presents, and in the host's name. So you guys will be able to check that out very soon here. Keep your eyes peeled for this. And of course, you can find me as well on the Quit Stalling Geekcast every Thursdays, 1 p.m. Philippine Standard Time, 9 p.m. Wednesday California time. And of course, every week on the Quit Stalling Overwatch Community Scrim Nights. Yes, the Quit Stalling Overwatch Community Scrim Nights are still happening. We had a bomb and a blast last night. And you know what? Just a little reminder, ladies and gentlemen. Just a little reminder. We have our first ever event happening. Yes, at Game Over in Quezon City. We'll be having the Philippine Overwatch Community Meetup on February 2, 6 p.m. to 12 midnight. Come for free Lucio O's. Yes, you'll be able to eat Lucio O's for free. Especially if you come early, because who knows, they might run out. We have a couple of boxes, but we can't guarantee that they'll be there the whole night. So check us out. Go there, meet some lovely Overwatch people. You don't even have to love Overwatch. You just have to love us as well. Come by, have a drink with us, have some food with us. It's all free. Alcoholic drinks you'll have to pay for yourself, but you know, they're there, they're available. And let's give Game Over a proper send-off, because they'll be renovating and rebranding after this event. So guys, you gotta head there. It is the final event. They're opening just for us, as Iron Hammer Stream is freaking out about. Yes, just for us on February 2 after they close. This is a final event, so we're giving him a send-off. We're giving our good buddy RJ Ronquillo a proper toast for letting us have this event. And you know what? For everyone who goes, let's just have some fun. So it's a Saturday game Oko. So Saturday, February 2. Yes, Saturday, February 2. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming. And of course, a huge thank you to all our most recent followers, like this, who's going to be on the show next week. At this, Yummy Dog Tour Cats, Dodge This Overwatch, Link DeWitt, Sam18, Cloverfield with the K, Sinigang, Savage Brute, Lone Night Wolf. Thank you guys so much. I want to give a huge shout out to all our subscribers, like Human Panda, who is numero uno in our hearts at the momento, with 8 subs, and he's gifted like 7, 8 at this point already. Human Panda, Nathan, thank you so much. Miko P as well with 5. Francisco, who's on his 4th in a row. He was our first sub of 2019, and he wanted to be sure he was the first one. Neo Gear, Sensei Humor, Monster Plays, Ion Hammer Stream, Baninja, It's Just Souse, InstaDZ. You guys are all awesome, and of course the people who are below, like if you have 1 sub as well, we appreciate you just as much. Our bit cheerers, Neo Gear, reigning at number 1 with 2,500. ElderDjinn, man, come on.
Here's the manipulation again. You manipulated again. All right.
Harold wants your money.
I don't know what you're talking about. Nope.
Right. Yeah, I want that crown on my head, right? Got it.
It is
Maybe
a shiny
next
gold
time.
badge. It is a shiny gold badge, if I do say so myself. Nope _ plays, ElderDjinn, Nerf Diva, If Not Now, Gwen, Mershi, Game Ako, hey Jopes, Tita Gamings, InstaDZ, and Hue _ Ladies and gentlemen, Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to GameByte. We'll be back next week, same Byte time, same Byte channel. And of course, we'll have the after show for those watching live. But till then, get off your butts and quit stalling. We'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye, guys.